Remember Marvel TV? Remember where Marvel TV had endless content coming out throughout the year, and then suddenly, like 2 years ago, it all stopped? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Hellstrom? That came out this year? Those were the days of Marvel TV pretty much being on all the time. Maybe we'll return there one day, probably not though. But hey, Jon Bernthal was hyping up season 3 of The Punisher? Put that shit in my veins! So I think everybody by now is very well aware of the whole Netflix dispute with ABC Marvel TV over all the Netflix characters that were part of Disney, then they were over at Netflix, and that's what prevented all the crossovers from happening and everything. Well, when it comes to the 2 top-rated series from Marvel TV on Netflix, Daredevil was number 1, followed by The Punisher, which of course saw itself get cancelled right after the 2nd season. Luckily, they got to complete pretty much Frank's entire arc, and not much was really left over that needed or felt like it needed another season. Now, recently, Jon Bernthal got to sit down for an interview with the Geek House show and talk about the idea of the Punisher returning, and he got to talk a little bit about how everywhere he goes, Punisher is always brought up, and how he's always sort of with that character because of what they did, how important it was to him, how he felt doing it, how much he loved it, and then him returning. And he said that there's always hope, and he hopes it's going to happen, and he gave them a big grin when asked if there could be a season 3. Now, we don't know what Disney has planned with any of these characters, if anything. Will they be completely rebooted? Will some of these actors return in these roles somewhere else? Are they going to Hulu maybe? Because we know Disney said they want more streaming content based on Marvel characters on all their outlets. That would include the likes of ABC. That would include the likes of Hulu, because Marvel characters are driving these subscription numbers. That much is evident. So what exactly they're going to do, remains to be seen. I have no doubt that he's probably talked with Marvel again. He's probably talked to Kevin Feige. I mean, that's got to be a thing. And who knows if they're going to pull a Blade and get Jon Bernthal and just recast him as somebody else. Or maybe they have ideas where they could bring back him as that character in another project. Like, you could totally see Frank Castle showing up in something like The Thunderbolts, or showing up in something like The Falcon and the Winter Soldier Season 2, or Moon Knight, or Blade. Like, it's very easy. It's possible because he lives in that world, and it's an easy connection to be made. Now, is he going to show up alongside Miss Marvel? Probably not. And also, it should be mentioned that as far back as 2015, 2016, Kevin Feige openly name-dropped Daredevil and Punisher multiple times on character that he really enjoys, that he would like to see under some sort of Marvel Studios property. So there's a possibility. Never say never, especially, in today's world of multiverses and all that. More than likely, we're probably not getting a season 3 because that would need to go on Netflix, but a Welcome Back Frank miniseries on Hulu? That's a possibility. Why not?